Oh, hello there, everyone. As you can tell, it's the end of the year, which, as we all know, means IGN and GameSpot and others are handing out Game of the Year's awards and Best Action Games, and etc. And you will also start to see many, and I mean many, top 10 worst, top 10 best games of the year. Also, the most anticipated games of 2018 list will be appearing. So I figured it's time to jump on the bandwagon. I mean, so, and make my top 10 plus honorable mentions most anticipated games of 2018. Quick side note here. This list is my opinion, so that means it probably won't be at all like yours. And that's fine. In fact, if you want to leave yours in the comments down below, be my guest. And as long as you're not an asshole, we'll be fine. And if you are, well, you're just a horrible person. Alright, guys. So coming in at number 10 is Darksiders Free. Now, so in 2012, fans of the Darksiders series suffered when THQ filed for bankruptcy and closed, as well as the developer Vigil Games, who developed Darksiders 1 and 2 and many other great games. Fans lost hope again when THQ bought the IP, and fans had hope for a little bit, but it quickly vanished as it became clear they had no immediate plans to continue the series. And so, they waited, and then hope was rekindled when Nordic re-released the first two games on current-gen consoles. And then the IP was not abandoned to the Shadow Realm. Then, Nordic Games rebranded to THQ Nordic. And they said the reason was to better represent the intellectual properties they had acquired from THQ. Fans went cool and allowed hope to burn again. And this time, the light was bright enough to guide Darksiders Free and Fury back into the spotlight to enjoy their time in the light. And even better, it's being developed by Gunfire Games, a new studio made up of most of the people of Vigil Games. What? That's amazing. With all of this, let's step back and dissect why I'm excited for Darksiders Free. Point number one, it will be by the original team who would not be stopped by something as puny as bankruptcy. Number two, it stars Fury, the badass, whip-wielding horseman of the apocalypse. And she's ready to kick ass and take names. I mean, come on. Everyone knows, like, in video game land, characters who carry whips are badass. The Belmonts in Castlevania and many more. I can't think of them for some reason. It's weird, but I know there's more. You know how it works. Okay, point number three. They are taking lessons from Breath of the Wild. Yeah, Breath of the Wild. Shortly after announcement, they released this little developer interview about it and said that the original two games were based on Zelda, drawing references from these games for level design, from battles, from boss battles, and gameplay. And now that Zelda Breath of the Wild has changed the Zelda series so much, they figured for Darksiders 3, it was only right to look to that and take inspiration. Yeah, think about that for a hot minute. You saw about it? Very good. Okay, and point number four, my final point, it will be my first Darksiders game. See, I haven't played the original or the sequel as a filming or writing this, but if they look fun, but they look fun. I misread my script for a second there, but they look fun. And from what I hear, they are. So I plan to play these soon. But for now, Free will be my first game in the series, and I can't wait. So guys, coming in at number 9 is Far Cry 5. So we're going to start with this one. Alright, let's start with the negatives. I hated, and I mean hated, Far Cry 4. And this game looks similar in a lot of ways to 4. But with that out of the way, you know, in my fears about that, let's move on to the positives, right? Okay. So, sorry, reading off by saying, and I'm a little off case. Shut up, cameraman. Okay, so there we go. Boom. So on to the positives of this, you know, of Far Cry 5 being 4 things. 1, its setting. Don't you dare, cameraman. Don't you dare. As you can tell, the cameraman I have just caused the blooper just a minute ago, and I'm trying to stop him from doing it, and I'm so sure he's doing it right now. Jesus, that's part of this video. It's gonna be. No, we're gonna let it run. Okay, so that being 4 things. 1, its setting. Far Cry 5. Not sneezing. Bless me. Okay, being. Shut up.
I like the whole video. Fucked up.
Yeah, but we rolling with it. Okay, 1 being its setting. Far Cry 5 is set in the remote and idyllic county setting of Hope County, Montana, a small town that's like any other. It has a bar, has a school, has a church, has a little mom and pop stores. But one day that changes with the arrival of number 2, the antagonist of this game, a crazy cult, rolls into town, claims it as theirs, and forcefully converting everyone to their crazy and twisted form of Christianity. I know, it's weird to see this in games, but I have to applaud Ubisoft, because we always see that for Islam, but there's also those nuts of Christianity. So it's like, yeah, good on them, good on the French. Of course, then who else would you expect to make this kind of game other than the French, right? Because why not? I mean, think about it. Crazy cultists taking over an American town with all kinds of weird guns, and yeah, no, that screams French to me. I think this game is very French. Okay, so on to that. Those who won't surrender or convert the cult guns down at executions that take place in the middle of the street or in a parking lot or anywhere. Nothing is off limits. These insane cultists and above all of them is their charismatic leader of the cult, Joseph Seed. And he is surely as dangerous with words as a pistol. So you must be cautious of him, which I will use to transition into my penultimate point, your character. You play as an FBI agent tasked with going to Hope County and arresting Joseph Seed and bring him back to your superiors. And along the way, you will run into multiple AI companions who will help you along the way in different ways, and some won't be able to have them help you until you've liberated enough of Hope County. And finally, we can move on to my ultimate point. This entire game, from beginning to end and beyond, all of it can be played with a friend. Yeah, that's right. All of it. The campaign, the side missions, everything. Just everything. All playable with a friend online. So yeah, mind is blown. Alright guys, so coming in at number 8 is Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh, come on, you all knew this was probably going to be here, and you expect this to be on most lists. But what you weren't expecting, I know you bastards, all in the video game realm, I know what you weren't expecting. You weren't expecting this to be on, expecting it to be only at number 8. And you sure as shit wasn't expecting this. I don't particularly care for games made by Rockstar Games Studios, whatever the hell they're called. Yeah, that's right. GTA, the original Red Dead Redemption. No, wait. Red Dead. No, not the original. That was Red Dead Revolver. Red Dead Redemption. Sorry. No, I guess it is Red Dead. You know, whatever. It's too confusing at this point. Who cares? I've just not cared for them. I'm not sure why. I just haven't. But I don't deny that there are people who absolutely love them. And I can't deny that the idea of an open world Western where you play as an outlaw excites me immensely. I mean, think of like you could be like, I'm trying to think of his name. John West, is that his name? The guy who did all those Western films. John Wayne, that's who it was. Yeah, John Wayne. John Wayne, just like Western, like those, or like, but with a mix of like some Clint Eastwood and outlaws and shit. Oh my god, I just who knows? And who knows? Maybe this will be the game that turns me into a Rockstar faithful who understands why these games are so incredible. Or maybe it'll just be another game that I'm indifferent to. I don't know. We'll find out when it releases. Alright guys, at number 7. So, there's something I need to tell you. Every entry from here on till number 1 is a dual entry. Yeah. Why is this? Well, when just initially writing down each game into a slot, you know, the closer I got to number 1, the harder it was. And, you know, it became to exclude games. Like, okay, kick this game off, kick this game off. So, yeah. And besides, it's my list. I'll do whatever the fuck I want. That's literally, you know, it's my opinions. And I say these two games share equal balance. So, with that out of the way, we'll move on to the first one of this dual entry, which is... So maybe I can find it on my little card. Alright, got it. Boom. So, first entry on this dual entry is Days Gone. Now, Days Gone is set in a post-apocalyptic world where everything has gone to shit. You play as a drifter and bounty hunter. You go around trying to help keep survivor camps safe and also trying to avoid the hordes of freakers, which are, you know, huge. I'm sure you've seen the reveal trailer. You know, you've seen the reveal trailer. If you haven't, look it up. Type in Days Gone E3 reveal trailer. Okay, no, I have to sneeze. Okay. Yeah, no, these are like massive hordes, and they'll just come rushing at you. If you take down one horde, here comes another one, and another one, and another one, and they're gonna be like freaker bears, which, oh my god, that's just terrifying. Anyways, yeah, so, trying to avoid the hordes of freakers, and, and again, if you look for the review trailers at E3 2016, and the amount of these bastards that will come for you is horrifying and amazing at the same time. And I can't wait to shit bricks as I'm running away from a horde of 1,000 zombies, freakers, whatever you want to call them, chasing after me. You know, it's just, oh my god. So, with that one taken care of, we'll move on to the second one of this entry. And, and that is Metro Exodus, another highly anticipated, game, especially for fans of the Metro series. First off was 2033, and then Last Light. This game was announced at E3 2017, more specifically at the Microsoft conference, which good on you, Microsoft. And as soon, I mean, literally the second I saw it, saw the trailer, I started, I said, is this Metro? Is this Metro? And I was right. And my god, it looks like it is dripping with atmosphere and tension in the underground section, and then that mad panic to seal the door and reach the surface and survive, only to then have to deal with a mutant bear. It is incredible. Again, this is a series that I have not played, but once again, I plan to change that, especially with such an incredible looking sequel on the way. Who could say no to that? Alright, guys. So, on to the entries for number 6. First out the slot is Monster Hunter World. And this game looks great. The monsters look huge. The monsters look huge. The world looks huge. The main story is 40 to 50 hours, I believe that's what I heard. It was somewhere in that ballpark. I think it might have been more. The campaign. Okay, that is just huge, okay? Huge. Plus, to top it off, it looks great. And it's the first Monster Hunter game on PlayStation in a decade. So, there's that. Let's just say that it's safe to assume 2018 is going to consume all your free time like the way 2017 did. And speaking of that, let's go to another game the other game at this spot, Code Vein. Now, how do I describe this game to you? Okay, I got it. Imagine this with you. Close your eyes. Just close your eyes and imagine this with me. Okay? Take God Eater. Have you ever seen God Eater, the game? Have you? If you haven't, pause this, quickly look it up. Okay, and then close your eyes again. Actually, come back to this video, hit play, and then close your eyes again. Okay, take God Eater, God Eater's visuals, and the director of that game. Add in Dark Souls or Bloodborne, gameplay and progression with some of its own unique twists. Then add in vampires that aren't from Twilight, and boom, you have a suicide cocktail. All right. And that is exactly what Code Vein is. Now, the only question left is, does this suicide cocktail taste good? I don't know. But we'll find out soon enough. Till then, we simply must wait and see. So, coming at number 5 is 2 fighting games. Let's start with the lesser known of the 2, that being Blade Strangers. Now, if you haven't heard of this game, it's okay. It's not being developed by a studio you associate with fighting games. No, it's being published by Nicalis. You've heard of them, I'm sure, once or twice. Nicalis, you've heard of them. They published Cave Story and stuff like that. Right? You've heard of them, right? I'm sure you've heard of them. And it's being developed by Studio... Ooh, hold on a second here. Saizen Shen. Studio Saizen Shen. Yeah. You don't think of them when you think of fighting games. But maybe you should, because... Oh my god. Blade Strangers looks gorgeous. As someone who loves the look of games of the old Street Fighters, the look of the old Street Fighters like Alpha or its sequels, or games like Darkstalkers, or any of the old SNK fighting games, that hand-drawn look that always looks incredible to me. And I wanted a game that did that again. Since Capcom and SNK abandoned that style. But not this game. It revels in it. And best part is, it uses a new technique that they created just for this game, in which they actually create a character as a 3D model, and create its movements. They rig it up, and they rig up all the ways it can move. So everything's created as a 3D movement. Then they bring it into 2D. Which speeds up development time because the character was created as a 3D model and animated as a 3D model, and because of that, they don't have to hand draw every little movement, which saves money and development time. And you know what? It looks incredible. It's the best of both worlds, and I love it. Love it. So, is it any reason that despite having never seen an episode of Dragon Ball or its subsequent follow-ups, or having no intention to do so, that I'm excited for Dragon Ball FighterZ, which is which is done in a beautiful hand-drawn style, and it looks like a deep fighter, but one that anyone can enjoy. You know, like Injustice 2, or Mortal Kombat X. You know, one of those. So let's hope that this is the case. And besides, who knows? Maybe Dragon Ball FighterZ Z will make me go and watch Dragon Ball and the follow-ups. Who knows? Maybe. Okay, so these next two dual entries at number 4 are varying wildly from one another. And what proof of that do I have? Well, it's simple. This entry features an open world RPG featuring one of Marvel's most iconic and beloved heroes, developed by one of the most renowned studios in the industry, and the other is a JRPG developed by the masters of the genre. And what are these games, to be exact, you may ask? Well, the first is Spider-Man, developed by Insomniac Games, which, when we all heard the rumors, a quick story here, when I first heard a rumor video about this, I talked about it with my brother in the car, and he didn't believe that it was possible. But here we are. It's announced. It's coming in 2018. What the fuck is going on? I got something right over my brother, and that's weird. I don't. Anyways, what do I have to say about this game? Well, one is obviously it's being developed by Insomniac. Two, it takes cues from Spider-Man 2, you know, the old Spider-Man 2 based off the second Sam Raimi film, and the Batman Arkham series, while still adding in its own ideas. And at point number 3, it's an original story. That's right. They're writing their own story. Now, will it draw from famous Spider-Man stories? Obviously. That's a given. Batman Arkham did that. All the sequels to Batman Arkham did that. But still, it's only drawing from them and not rehashing them. And now we will move on to Project Octopath Traveler. This game is a callback to the classic Final Fantasy game, you know, as well as many other classic JRPGs. And it's exclusive to the Switch, which shows you that other studios are willing to do that after the failure of the Wii U. Also, it's being developed by Square Enix proper, not like a subsidiary. No, this is Square Enix proper. And so there's that. Oh, and it looks gorgeous. It has that retro pixel look, like the classics, while also drawing the best of modern graphics into the fold. And you know what? I have to say, this makes me so excited to see it. It may just turn me into a JRPG fan. I'm just saying. Oh, quick side note here. Real quick, I just noticed how many of these I've mentioned, like a good majority of these, free to be exact, these last free, how they have these beautiful retro style graphics. I think I'm obsessed. Cameraman! So, coming in at number 3, on this entry, let's start with Detroit Become Human. Because why not? Developed by the incredible minds at Quantic Dream. You heard them, right? And headed by David Cage, man responsible for Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and numerous other games. So yeah, let's let that sit in. This game looks great and will feature free playable characters, all with very different stories. One is a negotiator for the police department, one is a revolutionary for android rights, and the other one's just, I'm not actually quite sure how to describe her, in a bad situation. Yeah, so this game is going to be intense. Anyways, so the next game on this entry is Soul Calibur 6, which, I mean, come on. It's flipping Soul Calibur! I mean, how can you not be excited for Soul Calibur? I mean, it's Soul Calibur! What else do you need to know? It looks gorgeous, it looks like it's fun, and also, it looks just intense, like a really intense fighter. Like, you're going at it. I cannot wait to kick some ass in the world of Soul Calibur once again. So coming in at number 2 for my dual penultimate entry is, well, let's start off. First off is Death Stranding. Now, why Death Stranding? Simple. It's by Kojima Productions, which is a massive, and I mean massive, fuck you to the Konami. And second off, all I can say about Death Stranding so far, really, is that it's a Kojima Productions game. And Hideo Kojima, as we all know, is one crazy bastard. That's really all you gotta know, and you're sold. Anyways, and next up is God of War, which I want to keep this entry brief, so I'll just say this. Kratos with a beard, and he has a son, and this time you're slaying Norse gods, and there are fucking dragons, in which you, me, and everyone, as soon as we saw this in the trailers, said in unison, at the same time, sign me the fuck up right now, I'm ready to play this game. And that's exactly why we're all excited for God of War 2. God of War and Death Stranding. So, now we've gone through number 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, but we're not quite at 1 yet. But I think I want to take a quick little intermission here and do some honorable mentions. Some games that, for one reason or another, I didn't put on this list. Maybe because, well, actually, maybe because I just didn't feel like it felt right, or maybe I'm excited for them, but just not enough to, be on this list. And like these other games, these ones are just kind of in a random order as I wrote them down for honorable mentions. Alright? So, honorable mentions, I'm going to rapid fire these off so we can get to number 1 and you don't have to delay too much. So yeah, there will be 6 of these honorable mentions. First up, Dragon's Crown Pro. It's simple. It's Dragon's Crown in 4K on PS4. Duh. Enough said. Next up, Street Fighter V Arcade Edition. Which I have to say, all the new features and characters are showing off, to coincide along with, Arcade Edition and the additions overall and the retooling of the game make me excited to go back to Street Fighter V, which I have not been in a while. Okay, next up is the Switch ports, which includes Bayonetta 1 and 2 and Payday 2. I mean, who doesn't want to play Bayonetta 1 and 2 on the Switch where you can take it on the go or play at home? And also, Payday 2. The cover for the Switch version gets it a spot on this list just for reminding me of Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen, which is one of the best songs ever. Up next is Railway Empire. I love a good strategy game. I also love a good sim game. Roller Coaster Tycoon, the old Zoo Tycoon. I love those games. And this combines those, and you know what? I can't wait to build my rail empire. Yes. Next is Shadow of the Colossus. This will be my first chance to play one of the best games ever. I mean, ever. And it's in 4K now, completely remade. Not just a remaster, no, it's a full remake. On PS4. I'm absolutely looking forward to this. And finally, last honorable mention is the Capcom Collections ports. The Devil May Cry HD ports and Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection. I mean, it's all the original Devil May Cry, so 1, 2, 3, and I believe 4 as well. Maybe not 4, who knows. I guess 4 can go fuck itself if not. In HD, and also it's 30 years of Street Fighter, like from the original Street Fighter to like all the Alpha games, all in one place. And what is there not to be excited about? That's amazing. Alright. Guys, those have been my honorable mentions and top 10, number 10 to number 2 anticipated games of 2018. But we all know what you are, and I'm here to give, to see. And I'm going to give it to you. So, let's get to it. And number 1. My number 1 most anticipated game of 2018 is Ghost of Tsushima. This game is, oh my god. There's not much to say considering that we only have the reveal trailer, which was shown off at Paris Games Week 2017. So that's all we have to work with so far? Yeah, but what we do know is this. You play as a samurai on the islands of Tsushima, and you try to break the Mongol invasion of the island and take revenge. It looks incredible, and it's being developed by Sucker Punch, creators of Sly Cooper and the Infamous series. Which, Sly Cooper and Infamous, like the last game they made was Infamous Second Son, and then they moved on to this. And oh my god, I love Infamous Second Son. I heard like rumors they would be announcing whatever the hell they were working on at E3 2017. That didn't come. I was so sad. But now that we have it, oh my god, it's just... So, yeah, there's that. This game also climbs to number 1 by being set in a really interesting time in history. And as a person who's obsessed with history, this makes this game even cooler to me. So, yeah. Alright, guys. That has been my top 10 most anticipated games of 2018 plus honorable mentions. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope and had a good Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you next time.